Yes, people, welcome back to AFTV. We are here for the starting 11 show for Arsenal versus West Ham. Got a great panel here. We got Robbie on my right. Welcome, Rob. Big League judges back in the building. And fresh from my beef, we've got the final boss, Marty, back in the building.
Final boss.
Marty, welcome back, man. How was your trip?
Thank you very much. You missed me then.
Of course we did, man. Of course.
Good.
Yeah, we like having
Robbie,
you here.
Lee?
Yeah, well.
Do you want us to lie?
I'm trying to be nice.
I thought so because I was kind of sat there on my phone waiting. I was thinking one of them's going to message me soon and be like, "Are you having a good time? You having a good holiday?" But no, it didn't happen.
What about you messaging us and finding out how you lot getting on? How's it going? You're the one that's sat relaxed on a beach somewhere.
Yeah, we like to leave people alone when they're on that.
Yeah, we're working. You're sat on a beach somewhere. You got more time to do that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, you know.
We'll start with you, Mark. Did you catch football while you were out there?
I did, of course, yeah.
You see the Olympiacos game?
Yeah, I did, yeah. It was, look, it was a good result. We started well and we finished well. And the middle of it was not the best game. Really good to see Odegaard, I think, put in a performance. Some of his ball playing was fantastic. Awesome save. David Raya doing what David Raya does. It's about getting these results,
100%. No, I completely agree. I always think when you come out of a game and the only criticism is we should have scored more.
Yeah.
You've had a good day. Do you know what I mean? You've won the game. It's like we should have scored more. Could have been 5, could have been 6. And I think the squad that we've got now, we can beat teams like Olympiacos, like today potentially. We could score goals. But this has been a bit of a bogey game for us, Lee.
Yeah.
Last couple of seasons, we lost 2-0. Last season, we lost 1-0. Got to change that today. They're also kind of in the worst place that they've been. Obviously, just changed their manager. It's a must-win today.
Yeah, it's funny that I think our last 2 away games scored 11 goals here, and we ain't scored at home once against them in the last 2. So it's an unbelievable statistic. This is that for me. This is why Gyökeres was bought. These sort of games today, where we've missed chances or things like that, they make it very, very difficult for you. This is why you've got him. This is why we've got players like Eze that can break up that play as well. So listen, we've got all the tools. I keep saying it, and I'll continue to keep saying it. There's no more excuses. This is. I expect Arsenal to win and win comfortably today.
Yeah, for sure. Rob, you were literally just saying we've got to put pressure on. We have to win this game today.
Yeah. I mean, we've been presented with a great situation because of last weekend. Us winning our game against Newcastle and, of course, Liverpool dropping points, and it'd be a great tonic, wouldn't it? You go into an international break and you're either 2 points off Liverpool or possibly above Liverpool, which a couple of weeks ago, it weren't looking like that, was it? So, I think, this is a very, very significant game for Arsenal, you know what I mean? And you're right. Bit of a bogey team in West Ham at home over the past couple of seasons. But I remember that year, we were talking about off air, with 32 shots, and we didn't convert any. Like Lee said, these are sort of games where Gyökeres has been brought in to convert those. And where I'm really looking forward to seeing today is, and I'm hoping that this is the team that, we see Eze and Saka. And I note that Max Downman's playing in the under-21s today, so it must surely mean Saka starting. But Eze, Saka and Odegaard are all on the pitch together, right? Odegaard's looking back to his best in the last couple of games. I mean, that's what I want to see. We're going to need to create chances. And also, the bigger Achilles heel for West Ham is set pieces. So hopefully Gabby's fit for this game because, we still not sure whether he's going to start or not.
100%. Yeah, so talk to me about that team then. You're saying you want Eze starting, you want Odegaard starting and Saka. Does that mean you start Eze on the left and Odegaard in the
Yeah, I'd start Eze on the left, Odegaard in the number 10, Saka on the right-hand side. That would be my 3 there. I think, the defence, Calafiori would come back in for me. Obviously Timber. If Gabby's fit, it's Gabby and Saliba. Raya in goal, and then the midfield, Zubimendi and Rice, and I think that's about our strongest side. If we can put that out today, that's what I'd love to see. I don't know about you. You don't want to see that?
No, I'll change.
Gyökeres down the middle.
Gyökeres down the middle. Martinelli on the left. Eze and Odegaard in midfield.
Yeah,
that's what
I
I'd
agree
like
with
to see
that.
with Rice. But I personally don't think that he'd do that. But that's what I like. I'd like.
That's
to see.
very attacking.
I
I
would
mean,
love to see it.
maybe later for that.
Yeah, listen,
but
we done it at Newcastle for 10 minutes and we was spellbinding.
yeah,
You know what I mean? They didn't know what to do, Newcastle. We was opening them up and all that. And I also think it released Odegaard a little bit in that game. You know, like, listen, he was fantastic the other day. Look, nothing against Zubimendi neither, like, you know what I mean? I just think that...
he gets paid every game, I
he's
guess.
played every
so.
game, so if I was to do it, it's a risk. But I think at the end of the day, you're going to have a lot more of the ball today. Don't waste it. No, that's how
I mean,
see it.
listen, that would be an exciting... I didn't really thought of that, but I'd take that. I'd take that. That'd be very exciting to see.
I'll definitely take that. Look, against Nottingham Forest, Rice was on the bench. He rested Rice for that game. Zubimendi started, just a lone six with Marino, and Odegaard started in that game. Obviously, then got injured and came off for Nwaneri. But that was a bit more attacking. Obviously, Marino's not a defensive midfielder like people like to say. He's an attacker for us. He's in the box. He's scoring goals. I would love to see it personally. I'd love to see a midfield. Either if it's Zubimendi, Eze and Odegaard, or Rice, Eze and Odegaard. I just think that is so exciting. The style of football we would see would be exciting. It would be handbrake off. We'd create chances. And like you say, we're going to dominate today. You're going to dominate at the Emirates. If you need a double pivot of Rice and Zubimendi, I'm not really sure. Marty, what's your thoughts on that midfield? What would you go with today?
Look, I want to see Rice playing, obviously, because he's a big game player. But we all know with Declan Rice against West Ham, he hasn't always done the best, and I want him to break that sort of West Ham hoodoo to show us that against West Ham he can go and do the business. Like you guys are saying, this is a must-win game. It's games like this that we're all almost half expected to win, but it's been a very tough fixture. I mean, the crazy thing about this fixture is obviously the last two seasons at home, like you guys said, we've lost it, but then this is a team away. We've battered them 5-2 and 6-0. I remember last season going to the West Ham, at their place, and we were like 5-1 up within 35 minutes. We smoked them to pieces. Like people leaving the stadium. Yeah. Listen, this West Ham side as well, bringing Nuno in. Is it a good time to play them? I don't think West Ham fans fancy this game that much. They've not got much in the way of legs in midfield. They're very open at the back. I think Nuno will shore that up. You've got an ex-player of ours in Mavropanos who can be, he's a very good player but can be very inconsistent in the way he switches off. You watch the game against Everton on Monday night. He was, yards away from, the guy that heads it into the Everton player that heads it into the back of the net. So, listen, are they there for the taking? 100%. Up front, obviously, they've got Bowen and Paqueta, dangerous players. We know what Bowen can do to any team. We saw what he did on Monday night. He is probably their lifesaver. And they've got an interesting situation with their goalkeeper. It's an interesting time to play West Ham, but 3 points are a must. And like Robbie said, this is, we get the 3 points and straight away we'll be a point in front of Liverpool, and then Liverpool have got to go and do the business with Chelsea this afternoon. Yeah. And that game, puts a bit of pressure onto them, getting the points.
100%. No, you're talking about West Ham there. I'm just looking. They played 6 games. They've, where are we here? They've won 1, drawn 1, lost 4. Rob, talk to me about West Ham, because look, they got quality in their team, right? You've got Bowen, like you say, Paqueta. I don't know if you've seen that left back, Diouf. He looks like a serious player. I've got a couple of West Ham friends who are talking to me a lot about him. There's quality in this team. I feel like they're underperforming in terms of the table. Yeah, Paqueta, like you say. Ward-Prowse as well.
Yeah, they've got very good. They've got very good players, and on Monday, I watched that game. You know what I mean, and they were much improved, especially in the second half, and very Nuno-like, very dangerous on the counter attack. However, still questions in them in defence. I think when you look at the defence, that Diouf has looked good, especially going forward. But they look very shaky at the back. I think Arsenal got to get into them at the back. I think we need to be a bit more direct. I'd like to see a lot of long throws today and corners and that, because in the games that I've seen them play, they have been dreadful on defending them. Now, listen, they brought in Nuno. Nuno will be working on that. Nuno will be trying to get that sorted. But he's only been in a week. And actually, we've got a decent record against Nuno teams when they've come to the Emirates. Forest have come to the Emirates. Past couple of seasons, we've been all right. We scored a lot of goals against them. So, but I think let's really try. I want to see Arsenal today stick it on them a bit. Like, don't let them into the game. That time when we lost that game, the 2 times we lost the game is that we didn't take advantage of, having a lot of the ball and the attack and this Premier League, man. We nearly saw it the other night.
Yeah.
You're only 1-0 up. If you ain't got that second goal, teams growing confidence the last 15 minutes, they have a go. And, a draw for us would be terrible. A draw for West Ham would be a great result.
100%.
I was just thinking of, sorry, I was just thinking, Christian, one thing. If Gabriel don't play, maybe there's a case to play Marino in this game. Just to give us a little bit more height on those set pieces. You're saying that they're not they're dodgy on set pieces and things like that.
Yeah.
So if Gabriel don't play, we're going to miss that set piece sort of king. So maybe
never did I think I'd hear Lee Judges saying he wanted Marino in there. How things have changed since I've been away.
Listen,
what's happened? Is this the same Lee Judges right here?
I'm happy for Marino to be playing. For me, you could play today Declan Rice, Marino and Odegaard.
Exactly.
And then is he on the flank? Or I'm just thinking to try and get him in the team for that. If Gabriel plays, then I'm sticking to what I would want Eze and Odegaard in there.
You know what? Yeah, I personally wouldn't start Marino, but I just want to say what you're saying, Marty. I don't think it's ever been against Marino. I don't think any Arsenal fan is against Marino playing games for Arsenal. It's just about, like we say, I've said it before, that midfield of 3 defensive-minded midfielders.
Yeah.
If, like we say against Nottingham Forest, that Zubimendi, Marino, and Odegaard started that game. We were great first half. And obviously Ethan came on for Odegaard. We can play great football with Marino in the team.
100%.
But like we've said, when we put the handbrake on against City, against Liverpool, the great football wasn't there. But a lot's been made about Arsenal and defensive-minded.
Yeah.
We're defensive-minded. We don't want to win games. We want to draw games. We've actually scored the joint most goals in the Premier League and conceded the least in the Premier League.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? What do you think about these narratives that are made around Arsenal? The fact they're actually not true. Don't get me wrong. There's been a couple of games we've set up, maybe not to go all out attack, but a more sensible way of playing. But we've actually looked good going forward.
Yeah, listen, I think at the end of the day, someone put it to me the other week, maybe they looked at those first 6 games and they said, look, let's just be a little bit. Be a bit cautious about those 6 games, but after those 6 games, then we can open up a little bit more. And I think that we had to open up against Newcastle. Listen, Newcastle, I thought from start to finish was outstanding. I've got to say that. The only thing that was you would criticise would be the finishing. We should have been 3-0 up in that game. I've watched Barcelona go there and they were pumped for the first 20, 25 minutes. I've seen Liverpool we was in control of that game from the first minute to the last. So I do think that there will be a little bit more emphasis now on attack with the team, to get through those first 6 games were tough when you look at them. 3 very, very difficult away games. Get through them, come out of them not unscathed, but still in the top 2. Listen, it's a good chance now to kick on, and I think that they will open up. But listen, it is funny, isn't it? Gyökeres, when he was scoring goals, his touch ain't great, his hold-up play ain't great. And all of a sudden, his hold-up play is brilliant. We ain't scoring goals now, So, listen, we're always going to be on the certain things are going to be said and all that, So, listen.
It'd be good for him to get a goal today.
Oh, yeah, I think he'll score today.
You always want to be scoring as a striker, and his last couple of games he ain't scored. Even though, like you said, he's played well.
Played really well.
But, and he's very, very unlucky the other night not to get a goal. But it'd be great to see him on the score sheet today. Get himself motoring again, and sort of almost like you're adding your goals to that, to good performances over the last couple of games.
100%. I think
looks like he's getting fitter. Lee's been saying this for a while to me. He's saying that, listen, Rob, he ain't fit yet. He ain't fit. He's getting fitter. And you've seen that over the last couple of games. That he is getting fitter. He looks livelier. He looks sharper.
Looks a little bit lighter. I know.
Jeans have gone into shorts.
Yeah, he's
jeans for shorts.
He's lost a little bit of weight as well. I know that's a stupid thing to say, but he looks a little bit similar. I'm not saying he was overweight by any stretch of the imagination, but what I'm saying, he's just thinned down a little bit, So all good.
We've got a team.
We've got the team.
We've got David Raya in goal, Jurian Timber at right back, centre back partnership of Saliba and
Gabriel.
That's great news.
Calafiori starts at left back.
Good.
we've got a midfield three
Go on.
of Declan Rice, Eze, and Martin Odegaard.
Hey, listen to me. Come on. I love that, Mikel.
I'm liking this. Can't lie, I'm liking this. On the right, we got Saka. Through the middle, we got Victor Gyökeres, and on the left,
Martinelli, come on.
Leandro Trossard.
Oh, you've let me down, Mikel. You've totally let me down.
I've had enough. Well, listen, you weren't going to get everything, were you?
That is not a bad. That is a team that is going out there today to score goals.
There's a lot of technical ability in that team.
A lot, especially that midfield.
Trossard's got a lot of technical ability as well. I like that.
You know what you can do? I think the reason he's starting Trossard is because they can alternate. Eze could drift out to the left, Trossard can come in. We've seen him play in that kind of middle role before. Eze can drift out. Do you know what I mean? They can. Whereas if you've got Martinelli, he can't really play that central role. He kind of hugs the touchline and gets in behind a bit more.
Plus,
so I think that's
Martinelli's that option to bring Martinelli on later on.
Finisher.
Finisher,
I think that's interesting that Mikel's decided to stick Eze and Odegaard in together in that midfield.
Absolutely love it.
He knows how Nuno sets up potentially that low to mid block, and obviously it's going to be about breaking them down and creating chances.
Yeah.
And it's going to be great to see.
I love it, man.
Nothing on Zubimendi, by the way. He's done all right for us, but he has played a lot of games, so. Yeah. It's
I like that midfield.
I love it. It's rotationally. Like we saw it, like I said, against Nottingham Forest. Rice was on the bench. Well, he wasn't dropped. He just rested. I love it. Let me just read out the bench as well. We've got Kepa, Mosquera, Ben White, Martinelli, Norgard, Nwaneri, back on the bench because he wasn't on the bench for Olympiacos. Was the one before he wasn't on the bench for Newcastle, was he? Yeah, he didn't come on against Olympiacos. Marino, Zubimendi, and Miles Lewis Skelly. I'm just going to go and try and get the
not bad bench, is it?
West Ham team.
Tottenham.
Yeah, they have.
Is that Kudus?
Saw that, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Just see Tottenham scored 2-1.
Did you see the way he
Leeds.
just bounced off that defender? That defender just bounced off him, didn't he?
Tottenham 2-1 up against Leeds.
Wow, they're celebrating in front of the Leeds fans. They're not too happy at all.
The West Ham team, Areola, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Mavropanos,
That's a good celebration.
Kilman, Juve. Midfield will be Magassa, Fernandez and Paqueta. And the front three will be Bowen on the right, Somerville on the left and Fulkrug through the middle. So like we say, that's a
decent
strong
front three.
team.
Wan-Bissaka comes back in.
That's a team that's
back,
but
that's a top 10 team in the Premier League. They should not be anywhere near the bottom.
I think with West Ham, there's a lot more problems than just changing a manager and some of their players they really have. I think it's like changing the wheels on a broken car. Honestly, they've got bigger issues in the Brady and Sullivan ownership and. There's a lot going on there behind the scenes, and West Ham fans aren't happy with it.
How do you see the game going today? Obviously, we know what Nuno is. We've seen him at Forest. We know he likes to sit back, catch teams on the break. Do you think it'll be that kind of game today?
Yeah, I do. Do you know what? I really believe in this Arsenal side. I think in the first opening 9 games with 1-7, lost 1, drawn 1, scored 18 goals or something. Listen, this Arsenal team can hurt teams, and I would go for a solid 3-0 today. I don't see why there's any reason with that team set out, the quality we've got, we can really hurt them. It's a good time to play them, I think. And like you said, listen, what I see with Arteta at times, like the Newcastle game, bringing Marino on, these little changes that he makes at certain times, we're getting results, we're getting the job done. And there's no reason to say that we're not. Are you going to win absolutely every single game? No, you're not. But we're at home today. You've got to favour us. West Ham, like we said, corners as well. That's our strong point. You've got big guys like Gabriel in there. We know what we're doing when it comes to set pieces, and that's West Ham's vulnerability.
Yeah, I think where we got to be cautious today is we know what Nuno's teams does, and I saw it out on Monday. Is the counter attack.
100%.
Somerville was very dangerous on the counter. He's quick, he's tricky. Listen, he's going to be up against a player like Timber today, so that's a lot different to what he faced on Monday. But that's where we have to watch them. We have to watch them on the counter attack. That's what they're going to be looking for. They're going to be looking to try and catch Arsenal on the break. Get the 2 wide players up there quick, which Bowen, we know about his qualities, like you said, and Fulkrug can be a handful at times, and Paqueta in midfield can be an orchestrator on his day. So we, defend right, and I think we'll win the game.
Yeah.
Take our chances when they come.
Lee, what are you expecting from this game?
Yeah, exactly that. I think it'd be tough. First opening. What I want to see Arsenal do is what they've done against Olympiacos. Come out there. We haven't done that enough. Come out there and try and blow them away in the first 20 minutes. Like that.
Yeah, that's true.
And if not, I think it'll be that sort of thing. And I think what will happen is towards the end when they tire a little bit, like I think we might get a couple more goals. Like, but I expect it to be a tough game. It's a London derby. Like West Ham, for instance. I know they've played the London derbies at their own place. They've been smashed every single time. You know what I mean? So they won't want that to continue to happen. So there'll be a stubbornness with them today, I think. And they will have that threat. But I expect Arsenal. Listen, I expect one of the things that's cost us winning the league over the last couple of seasons, particularly the season before last, was losing to teams like West Ham, dropping points against teams like that. I don't want to see that. I want to see the Emirates teams coming here and going home thinking, I'm just pleased it was 2 or 3, not 5, 6 or 7. That's what I want, and that's what we've got to do. If we're going to be anything for it, we've got to be a fortress at home, and that's.
And I like the fact that he's gone for that formation today, because that's a statement of intent.
Statement of intent, exactly.
Statement of intent. We're at home. We're having a go. Like, you know, is it been the handbrake criticism that, like, now he's really, because that really is handbrake off when you see that.
Yeah.
That midfield.
Rip the handbrake out of the car. Handbrake's gone.
That really is handbrake off. That's like Arsene Wenger.
It's crazy
formation, isn't it? You know what I mean? That really is. I mean,
I'm here for it.
I like it.
I really like it.
Get your best players on the ball, and they would do, like, you know. Listen, do you know the one player would be loving this now, sitting in the dressing room today, loving this? Saka, because at the end of the day, he's been doubled up, tripled. They can't afford to. If they do that today, then you're leaving Eze or Odegaard free. Like, you know what I mean? If you're, you know, somewhere along the line, you know what I mean, they're leaving someone. Yeah. You know what I mean? And if we can get Saka, like, not having 2-on-2 against 1 situations, 1-on-1 situations, you know, he will be loving this.
100%. Let me just get these super chats in. Cameos, please, says Marty is back, baby. We love to see it.
Back in the building.
Back in the building. Back
with a bang. No, it's my daughter.
Okay. Mark T says, I want to see a big performance from Declan Rice today. Last few games against his old team, he struggled a lot. Prediction 3-0 to Arsenal. He has struggled in a couple of games, especially away. I feel like, especially at home. Away, he's been all right. He scored that last year. But yeah, we need a big.
It's the hardcore fans away from home, and I think, like, that's what gets, you know what I mean, like, you know.
Well, I don't know. Like, listen, he's left West Ham 2 seasons now, man. Don't be affected.
Yeah, well, what it is, I'll tell you what it is. Like, when the home, right, there's a lot of fans that have been giving him support as well. Like, it's been mixed, but away from home, where it's the hardcore, they've definitely not been mixed. It's been,
then that's
like,
why you got to stick it on them.
Well, yeah, he will do. He will do today. I'm pretty sure.
I hope so. Thomas Leguest says 1 minute of silence for Spurs, please. Well, they're winning now, mate. So I think be a moment of silence for Leeds.
They're winning.
Or Lesser Isaac.
It's spiky there with Romero. Who else?
He's giving it to Romero, and he's not. Someone's not backing down. Love to see it. Yellow cards for both.
Alessa Isaac says, be clinical, take your chances, don't mess about. I completely agree. But I think it was 21 points we dropped from winning positions last season. You know, if we need to kill off games. We can't be 1-0 up going into the 75th, 80th minute and then concede, and all of a sudden it's, we had 20 shots and this and that. Don't mess about. I completely agree. Great super chat. Mishak, the Wiggly Pickle, says Arteta could be onto something. Let's feast. I think we've all been calling for a midfield. I love seeing this midfield. Lee said it literally just before we saw the team as well. Like we say, we're going out there to win and score goals today. Thomas Leguest says that is a sign of Arteta trying to line up a midfield like the old Man City dominance. Very exciting. It's a good point. We've seen City play midfields like this. You know, Rodri, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva in midfield. Again, you got that. If you've got that one player that could break up play and do what Rodri does, Declan Rice can do that. He's going to sit today. He'll be in that 6.
Yeah,
he'll be, you know, a lot deeper than he usually is, because we see Zubimendi play that role now. He's good enough to do that and break up counter attacks by himself. We're going to have most of the ball. Let the attacking players go and express themselves. And one of those attacking players, who I think we saw nearly back to his best midweek, is Martin Odegaard. I really, really want to see this guy do well, man. One of our favourite players. And like we say, we've got to be completely honest, he's fallen off a cliff since that injury last season. But these last few performances, Newcastle and then Olympiacos, he's looked back to his best, Lee, and hopefully he can keep it up.
And I believe that, you know, he's watched last season. It didn't matter if he had a bad game or not, he was still in the team. But I reckon he's sitting there, and when he's had this injury and all that, the players that are coming in, and you've got to bring in Wanyeri in this, because he's done exceptionally well in the home games, and now Eze, he knows that he's got to perform. And I'll tell you what, if he does have a few bad games, he's going to be out of the team, so you know you've got to perform. I thought he was sensational when he come on. We needed something against Newcastle. I actually thought we was playing really, really well, but you know, it looked like we was going to lose the game. He took that game with a scruff of the neck. We've just coming on, and within 10 minutes of coming on, we're 2-1 up. So, brilliant cameo. I thought he backed it up with another sharp performance. This today now is an even more important game for him, because these are the games when you need your creative players to do something. Yeah. You know what I mean? And what I think also, it's not all on him now. There's a little bit of like, oh well, Eze can do a little bit now. Just take the burden off a little bit, like, you know. And I think that he may excel from it, like. And listen, everybody wasn't. I remember I was talking to a couple of my mates about the other day when he played an outstanding performance against Tottenham a couple of years ago when we won 2-0. We scored. No one's turning around and saying he shouldn't be captain, shouldn't be this, shouldn't be that, because he was outstanding. Get back to that. We know what he can do.
The other night he was outstanding.
Yeah, get back to that form. And I'll tell you what, if he plays to that form, we will come close in both competitions.
Yeah, I think the other night he run the show, man. He was absolutely brilliant the other night, you know. And that was the Martin Odegaard. We know he's threading balls through, and you know, it's going to be interesting to see today, you know, how deep West Ham are going to sit, especially now they would know that Arsenal team. They're not going to want to overcommit, are they? Like, you know,
of course they're going to sit deep. Nuno, that's how he likes to sit.
That's how Nuno plays, yeah.
Counter. It's going to be an interesting game. Mark, just talk to me on Odegaard for a sec.
Yeah.
I've always tried to actually look at Odegaard and think, why is he not performing? Because it's the same player. He's in the same system with the same manager, same players around him. What's going on? I said after that injury, confidence is obviously a big thing, but I just said, Odegaard of old, you give him the ball within half a second, he knows what he's going to do. He's turning with it, he's picking a pass. Odegaard, after that injury, it takes him an extra half a second. His first thought isn't turn forward, it's turn back. How can I be safe? Whereas, like we said, against Olympiacos, he was first touch, he was turning. Yeah. There was one time Declan Rice played a nice ball into him. He turned the midfielder, and all of a sudden he's got three players running. He picks a nice pass, and then he gets the assist for Saka. It looks like he's making decisions quicker now, and he's got that confidence back.
And also, I think this is really the first time, obviously, like you said, the injury, like this season, that he's had a proper out-and-out number 9 that will run off the shoulder, that he knows that he can thread the ball through. You know, it's about finding those balls, finding Gyökeres with those balls and getting him to get off the shoulder. We all know he's physical. We all know he can hassle defenders, and I saw that the other night, you know, against Olympiacos, and I loved that. But it's just a shame some of his finishing wasn't, you know, it was, those are the chances you'd sort of expect him to finish from some tight angles. It's getting those balls through to him. And, you know, this partnership with Eze and Saka, we've already seen that, and these little link-up plays in these little pockets, you know, and hoping that they can get in behind defensively, you know, with West Ham. And I think we could see some really expansive football, some really creative stuff, and how these players, like Lee said, you know, you can only double up on so many players, you know, at one time, and that's what I'll see with this midfield. I can't wait to see how starting the game, Eze, Odegaard with Rice in the 6, how that's going to operate, because there's been a lot of Arsenal fans saying that's Rice's best position. That's where he should be playing. You know, marauding in front of the back four. One thing I definitely want to see is a clean sheet. You know, this back four, the goalkeeper have been absolutely phenomenal, and I want to see another clean sheet. And I want to see us, like Lee said, makes a really good point. This Arsenal team have the ability to go and 4-5-6-0, and that's not being, you know, disrespectful to any other team because of the quality. And I think, no, let's be honest.
There's always a little, before the games, you always throw one of those in there.
No, but listen, let's be honest. Listen, this is, we are a serious outfit. And Mikel Arteta is going for it today he's playing 2 10s and a 6. You know, tell me he's not going for it. You just said he's ripped the handbrake out the motor.
No, I think he has. But yeah.
I think what I'm hoping to see today with those players, those technicians in that midfield, is it move quicker.
Yeah.
Right, because I know Eze, when he gets the ball, quick, boom, he does what he does.
Yeah.
Odegaard the same. I'm hoping like it's all done very quick, and that because sometimes that's when you get a Marino in there, is holding on to it too long.
Yeah.
But today, hopefully, we should see that ball move very quickly, and yeah, you know what I mean? There's a chance, you know what I mean? A chance to really, really have a good, go out there and make us, as much as we're expected to win this game, go and make a statement that, listen, when Arsenal are playing at home and we're playing a team that we're expected to beat, we are going to beat them, and we're going to beat them well. And then over to you, Liverpool. We've done our job.
Yep.
What are you saying now? You've got a tough game away at Chelsea. You've drawn a lot of games over the last few years. Over to you. You now go and show us what you got. And if they show us what they got and they're top of the league, fair enough. But they were still going into that international break in a great position. I think that's what Liverpool, to their credit, they did that last season. When it was over to them, they were like, yeah, firepower, turned up, and they went and got the result, right? That's what we got to start doing as well.
Completely agree. I'm going to be shameless right now. I wore this blue Arsenal shirt because at 3 o'clock we're all Arsenal, 5:30 we're all Chelsea. Chelsea, I need a job from you today. Go and get that win. You can do it.
I'm not entirely on that.
Yeah, on the blue thing.
Chelsea at 5:30.
You do understand you are going to get absolutely hammered for that.
Come on. No, we all want Chelsea to win today.
No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
You don't want Chelsea to beat Liverpool today?
What?
You got a draw?
Yeah, I'll take a draw. I don't
want a Chelsea win.
Of course we want a Chelsea win.
Chelsea win, man.
What I will
It'll be better for us.
What I will say about that is that I don't want Chelsea to lose. That's it.
You don't like to use the word.
I don't like to use that other word. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't mind. I don't see him as our title rival. So Chelsea,
if it was Spurs playing Liverpool today, I still would want a draw.
Oh, Spurs is different. I wouldn't want Spurs to win.
But I hate Chelsea. I hate Chelsea as well. I don't like Chelsea.
Remember, I don't want Chelsea. Remember, we wanted Tottenham to actually win, and they blew it
against City.
Yeah, and they blew. Did you go to that game?
Sitting in their fans, yeah. Anyway, let's get some score predictions and then we'll wrap. Starting with you, Mark. What's the score prediction?
8-0. No, 3-0. A solid 3-0 clean sheet. I see that as being realistic, and I'm backing a good 3-0. A nice, comfortable afternoon at the Emirates, watching some fantastic football.
He's been away, hasn't he?
Rob?
I'd said 2-0 initially, but after seeing that attacking formation, I'll stay in my 2-0. But I'm hoping I'm completely wrong. This about I want to see like 4 or 5. So I'd love to see 4 or 5. But listen, you got. I did see a much improved West Ham the other day. I want to see us start well, man. Let's get out there and stick it on them. We did that last week at Newcastle. If we can do that away at Newcastle, we took the game to Newcastle front foot. Let's do that at home. But yeah, I'm going to go for. I'll stay in my 2-0 for now.
Cool. You're boring, Rob. You're boring. I've said 3. I'm going to go 4 now.
Wow.
4-0.
I think like this is the day when Arsenal. Listen. I was so impressed with our performance at Newcastle. I thought we was fantastic. If we can up the ante at home, I think this would be a good game for us today.
Completely agree. Look, we should have had 3, 4, 5 if we took our chances against Olympiacos. West Ham are a good team. I'm going to go 3-1. I think we win this.
Why the 1 goal?
They're good. Nuno knows what he's doing on the counter. Like you say, I watched them against Everton. Yeah. Everton are a really good team. They created a lot there. They got some good players going forward. But you maybe you're right actually, because we got good defence.
I think best in the league.
No, we do. But I'm just thinking about how the game's going to be. I think we're going to be camped on the edge of their box a lot. And we're going to leave space in behind. Timber and Calafiori are going to be obviously coming forward. I can see us conceding. I can see us not conceding. I don't know. I'll go 3-1.
No, they can be dangerous on the counter.
They can. Yeah.
All teams have got are capable of a goal in them.
100%.
Premier League.
Yeah, we've got to look after Bowen, man. We've got to look after him. You know what I mean? He's a player of real quality. You've got to look after Paqueta in the midfield as well. But I like what he's done, as I said, once again with that midfield, because basically you're forcing a player like Paqueta back, kind of thing, to do a lot more defensive duties. So, I like the team. Let's get the job done, man.
Let's get it done. There we go, people. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back with the watch along, I think, at 1:45. So tune in for that, and we'll see you soon.